Well, flying on an airplane can cause a full-blown medical crisis for some passengers. Allergic reactions to dogs and other pets on planes can be severe.
One man contacted our two investigators frustrated more isn't being done to protect passengers. Two investigator Dave Savini joins us with this story. Dave.
Kate and Rob, the frustration centers around where people are seated, especially when the airline knows about the medical issues.
It feels like someone's pressing on my chest, real hard. My throat gets kind of really, almost like it's closing in.
It's how Edward Holda started to feel when seated next to this black lab on a United Airlines flight last month.
And you had to use your rescue inhaler.
Yes.
Pretty serious.
Yeah, for me it is.
Then, before the plane left the gate, he asked the flight attendant and gate agent to help him get a new seat far away from the pooch.
I just couldn't sit there. It's a 2.5-hour flight.
And they gave you no help in finding a seat?
No.
He says they told him it was his job to find someone who would switch seats with him.
You feel like they need to be trained better to understand the severity of what could happen?
Yeah, I think so.
Holda says it's the third time this has happened to him in about a year and a half, and he's seeing more pets on planes. More than 2 million animals are transported on planes a year, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, but that includes as cargo, too. Holda flies weekly and says conditions are getting worse for the allergy asthma sufferers.
It should be the airline's responsibility.
His wife Deborah says there's no pre-booking or pre-boarding system in place to keep allergic asthmatic passengers and animals apart.
They have to accommodate people in these confined areas.
You are still exposed to it if the dog is in the seat front of you, seat behind you, even 2 or 3 seats ahead of you.
Dr. Anju is an allergist with Northwestern Memorial Hospital.
So this could be a serious situation.
It could trigger off a bad asthma attack, and a bad asthma attack can cause a person to get really short of breath, coughing, wheezing, and potentially can be fatal.
She says airlines should make accommodations. Edward Holda couldn't agree more.
I've seen them accommodate a lot of other passengers for other things and other needs, and it seems to me like they should have taken more of the initiative. I love pets and I love dogs, it's just they don't really like me.
A United Airlines spokesman says they are reaching out to Holda to apologize and discuss this issue further, and says gate agents will work to seat passengers as far away as possible from the pet on board. There are no real rules for this issue or tracking of problems pertaining to it. Holda tells me he did get called today. They offered him bonus miles. He declined. He said, just do better.
Well, it boggles my mind that the gate agent couldn't move him to a row where there was no dog. It seems so simple.
He did everything right, and that's why they're apologizing.
And it seems like this isn't going to come up a lot. I mean, it will come up from time to time, and it'd be easy for the airline just to take care of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave.